Once again, I missed the sunset. I mean, it's not really, technically speaking, I suppose it's still up a little bit, but I don't know that I could get to a good spot to see it in time. I'm thinking like a photographer now. How cool is that? But today, pretty good day. I ended up not meeting with my buddy. He had a spontaneous audition or something like that. Valid reason to not, grab coffee or something. So I totally, I hope he got it. I haven't heard whether or not he got it. But I, for my lunch break today, I tried to go to this park. Just a second here. Tried to go to this park to see if I couldn't get some cool pictures or something. I'd been there once. With my buddy Jason, and it was a pretty cool spot when we went there the first time. But I couldn't really. I was on my lunch break, which ideally is supposed to be an hour, right? So I didn't want to get too deep into the park and then, have to turn around before I could really do anything. So I turned around before I could really do anything. I kind of went into the park and I was like, man, I could probably find something cool here, but I don't want to spend the time to do that. So I turned around and I went to downtown Burbank and took some pictures there. Tried messing around with 120 frames per second footage. So that's cool. I'm gonna try and slow it down, get some cool footage that way. I tried taking some 4K stuff, but I realized that the SD card I had in the camera wasn't 4K. I had one SD card from way back when I had a camera, and that one was not 4K because 4K wasn't really that big of a deal back then. And I do have an SD card that is 4K capable, but I just didn't have it in the camera. So, but still, I'm curious to see what it'll look like. But I think I've come upon something. That I really could and will get into. Is photography. Who knew? I messed around with my camera last night when I got home. Messed around with... I'm going to turn right this time. And then just pull a big ol' Yui when I can. Oh, it looks kind of busy. Dang it. Hang on, maybe I can get a chance to write the crud now. Hang on. Okay. Now I'm going the right way. Messed around with my camera last night, and I messed around with long exposure photography, which, I had no idea how, when I went to shoot photos with Chad and Alex last year when I didn't have a camera, we were doing that kind of thing, and they probably explained it a bit to me, the concept, but I still didn't understand what was actually, I quickly forgot afterwards. If they did tell me, I quickly forgot what they said. So I've since then learned via my roommates, thankfully. They just kind of gave me a crash course in all things photography, pretty much. And, in terms of ISO and f-stop and shutter speed and all that stuff. They kind of, helped me learn what that crud means. So now I know. And I can actually see improvements in the pictures that I took. Or photos, as it were. You know what I mean? So, before I would have taken a picture of water or something like a fountain, right? And would have looked a little blurry because I didn't touch the dang shutter speed because I didn't know what it did. But then now I know. Just crank up the dang shutter speed, and that crud will get captured. It's so dang cool. But I think I might become obsessed with it. I'm going to want to spend every second of every day, good grief, that is bright, every second of every day learning about photography and videography, and, you know, you kind of go hand in hand, and how to take better photos. And then I want to spend, like, all my money on gear, like dope lenses and an A7S II, right? Travis told me today that he has one of those. I'm like, dang it, man, of course you do. I didn't say that, but I was just like, man, I want one of those cameras, but in due time. So, and now I'm also on the fence again about drone, right? Because I want the footage so bad. I want the footage, but I also don't want to go to the trouble of buying it and licensing it and hopping through all the dang hoops that they have for me, and then find out, oh, I can't fly this crud anywhere except for like 2 spots, and that would get old really quick. Video after video after video flying in the same 2 spots. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna save my money. That's what I want to do. But at the same time, I really I see other YouTubers just kind of flying, and it's like, dang, do you just kind of have to? Is it one of those things where you just have to fly under the radar, as it were? Like, good grief, I don't really want to do that. You know, be walking a tightrope each time. But is walking tightrope the right term? Anyway, like walking on thin ice, I think that might be a little bit better. But yeah, I don't know. But at the same time, I want the dang footage, so I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna edit the stuff that I shot today. Post them on Instagram, maybe post one, keep the others for later, just so I have like a stock. That's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start, I think, taking my lunch breaks, going out, shooting some stuff, edit it later that night, and then keep it just in like a gram folder to post on Instagram later on down the line if I'm running dry and stuff to post, you know? I think that'd be a good workflow, you know? So I think, I don't want to jinx myself, not that that's a thing, not that I believe that that's a thing, but anyway, I'm going to try and make Evolution my last job, right? I'm going to try and make Evolution my last job that I, go in at a certain time, leave at a certain time, where I have a proper boss, where I have, co-workers and stuff like that. I think I've discovered that I'm not past it yet, obviously, but I'm like mentally, I'm moving to a point where it's like, okay, I want to just be my own boss, under my own motivations, do things. And if I don't want to do something, I just won't do it. And if I do want to do something, it's up to me to make it happen. So I like that. It's intimidating, and it's kind of scary, the concept, because once I'm doing it, whew, it's going to be nerve-wracking, to say the least. Like, it is literally up to me to make something, like a video or something, and post. I mean, to have the income be on my self, as opposed to a company that I show up and work for every day. It's going to be a little nuts, but I want to do it. I'm going to make it happen somehow. Lord willing, hopefully. But in that same line, in that same, stream of thought, a website might be coming down the line. I might get my own website. I've wanted my own website forever, but I shouldn't say that, but I've liked the idea of having my own website forever, and it's just, obviously it hasn't happened yet, but I think there needs to be a place where I can put pictures and where people can go to find stuff about me, where I can post videos about monologues and, you know, I don't know, my resume. I don't even know. What do you put on a stinking website? But I think I might look into that, because they're not stupid expensive, I think, if you get it through like Squarespace or Wix or something. So I might do something like that. But yeah, we'll see. We will see, because I think it's about time. If I'm wanting to stinking have my income be online, like be through computers and stuff, myself, on me, I think I need a singing website for myself, you know, online. Where'd that come from? It's kind of hot in here. I need to open a window. I'm going to talk to you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. There's a chunk of me that wants to end these vlogs before the 700th or 600th vlog. There's a part of me that wants to do that, but I think I'm going to try and hold out. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow.